The geopolitical and geoeconomic repercussions of the war in Ukraine will be felt globally. So too will they have implications for security in the Indo-Pacific. Firstly, countries across the region, particularly those with trade links to Russia and Ukraine, will need to manage disrupted supply chains and the associated economic costs of this. Second, there is a wider question of how alliances and partnerships in the region will be put to the test. Some countries like Japan, Singapore, South Korea, and Australia have joined sanctions against Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. Japan has also taken an extra step in supporting Ukraine by sending non-lethal military assistance. However, India has voted to abstain from condemning Russia within the United Nations General Assembly, calling into question whether and how and to what extent this might impact groupings like the Quad, which of course include the United States, Japan, Australia, and India itself. Finally, all eyes are on China. While Beijing and Moscow professed a no-limits partnership mere weeks ago, China is likely feeling caught between a rock and a hard place. And it is struggling to present a coherent narrative that incorporates all of its competing interests. These are, firstly, a long-held and principled position around sovereignty and non-interference. Secondly, a desire to more carefully balance and manage its strained relationships with Europe and the United States. And thirdly, manage its relationship with Russia, which of course was so publicly advertised to be one of its strongest partnerships. But supporting Russia will come at a cost for China. This is an important year for the CCP, with the 20th Party Congress taking place in autumn of 2022, in which President Xi Jinping will likely receive his third term in office. That means that political and economic stability will be more important than ever for the CCP. While there are certainly deals to be made, particularly in specific niche industries in Russia, think around technology, the extent to which China will be seeking to backfill the Russian economy after sanctions is unclear. Indeed, even if Beijing could significantly shore up Russia's economy, the threat of secondary sanctions by the United States will likely weigh heavily in the minds of Chinese policymakers. Beijing will also be thinking of Taiwan and extrapolating lessons from Russia's experience in Ukraine. The international solidarity shown over Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and in particular the transatlantic solidarity over this, may have been surprising to Beijing. Equally concerning, however, is the reaction of the private sector and the willingness of businesses to take principled positions. Beijing will be wondering whether such a strong international response could be expected in a potential Taiwan scenario. Will countries and companies respond as strongly towards a Taiwan scenario as they have done over Ukraine, given not only Taiwan's limited international diplomatic recognition, but also the importance of the Chinese market? Or will the United States lead the way in shoring up international support for Taiwan? Beijing will be considering these questions carefully. While the likelihood of an invasion of Taiwan is not expected anytime soon, this does potentially present a new worst-case scenario for China to reckon with. The EU-China summit, which took place at the end of March, will have highlighted the interconnectedness between the Indo-Pacific region and European security. And so also solutions and responses to the Ukraine situation will likewise also have to involve both partners in Europe and in the Indo-Pacific region.